Hi, I'm Tony of Tony10speed.com, and we're here today to talk about minimal requirements to do home maintenance. This obviously requires sufficient lighting, space, and area for tools, but there's a minimal number of tools that are essential that you'll need to start. The first element of any bike maintenance is a solid bike stand, such as this older model Park PSR 3, which clamps onto the seat posts and allows you to work on both the back and front, both headset, brakes, and drivetrain. It's extremely solid and easily adjustable. For those of you looking for something more affordable and don't quite have the space, the foldable Spin Doctor bike stand allows easy maintenance. You mount the bike on the bottom bracket. You do have to take care that the bottom bracket is centered. And then there is a clamp which tightens, holds the bike, and allows you to do maintenance on the front or back. The types of tools you'll need, some come from the bike store, some from your hardware store, and some just walk down to the local grocery store. First thing that you're going to need are lubricants for your chain. There are a variety out there of varying types. This you can ask the bike store about or look up on the internet as to the type of conditions you'll be riding in. You'll need a separate lubricant such as this Tri-Flow Superior lubricant, and that's for the small moving parts, all the points that pivot on the drivetrain, front and rear derailleur. The use of these, as well as the use of the grease, in this case I have Phil's waterproof grease, which I find very good. I use a Teflon grease for stuffing bearings. The use is described on the website Tony10speed.com. You'll need a good bike cleaning brush, such as from Park, which not only has a brush, but a portion that will allow you to get into your cassette and cogs and clean those out after those muddy rides on the bike, especially if you have a mountain bike. You'll need a set of screwdrivers of both Phillips and regular drivers. To remove the tire and replace the tube, I prefer the Pedro levers. They seem to get a better grip. For putting the last of that little bit of tire back on after you've replaced the tube, Crank Brothers speed lever, which I actually carry with me on my bicycle, is inexpensive, easy to use, also described on the website under Tools of the Month. A chain wear indicator. I have several of these. The least expensive, and probably as good as any, is the Park Tools CC 3.2, which is around $10. Allows you to check the wear of the chain, so you'll know when you need to change that chain. After a while, you can get a feel for how many miles you can put in or how long you can ride before you need to change that chain. A good set of hex wrenches, also called Allen wrenches. This comes from a local hardware store. They're in metric and size to fit all parts of your bike. nice utility knife, because you'll need that to cut strips of electrical tape. Both these come from the hardware store. Electrical tape has a variety of uses, including when you're putting on handlebar wrap. I carry a strip underneath the down tube where you can't see it. After I've cleaned it with alcohol, I put about, maybe a 6 to 8 inch strip underneath, and it'll last through all kinds of weather, and it's come in handy when the tape starts to unravel after months of riding from the handlebars. For those of you, especially on carbon fiber bikes, as you get into the maintenance, you'll need a torque wrench and attachments so you don't over tighten bolts. This is especially important, again, I emphasize, on carbon fiber where you can do sufficient damage. They are not hard to use. They come with instructions. Although a little bit pricey, there's something to consider if you get serious about bike maintenance and repair. From your local hardware store, or grocery store, you can get a number of items that are relatively inexpensive, come in very handy. Getting into some of those hard to find, hard to clean places, an old toothbrush or Q-tips will get that dirt that is hard to reach and keep your drivetrain running smoothly. Alcohol, use that to wipe down the rims of the wheels after you've been riding in dirty or rainy weather and grease is built up. Just dab a little on a cloth and run it around the rims, and I'll take that grease off and give you better braking. Spray bottle. Spray is water and cleaning with a cloth, or using a bucket and soapy water and spraying it off with clean water is a better way of cleaning your bike than using a hose, which can get into where water can get into those bearings and cause problems. Baby powder. When you are packing your spare or putting in a new tire at home, on the website, take a look at how you pack your spare and how you fix a flat. Saran wrap, also on how you prepare your tube. I wrap the tube in saran wrap to make it compact and keep it dry even in the wet weather. Mink oil, it's like a shoe polish. It's clear, goes on, will protect those leather shoes of yours that cost you anywhere from $150 to $300. Worth putting on at least a couple of times a month. And finally, for those little nicks, use some nail polish. Take a look at your bike colors and see if you can match them up. If you cannot, at least to protect those areas that are either nicked, chipped, or scratched, and you can't find the right color, at least put some clear nail polish on it to protect it from the elements and keep it from further chipping, or in steel bikes, keep them from rusting.